Wow, sometimes you just have to do it. I got a call from a guy at Ford dealership I used to work at, and they've been pretty dedicated customers for my honey, and you just never know what they want. So you just do what you can, get outside the comfort zone. I don't usually deliver, but usually when I go to this place, multiple people buy. So it's like one stop, and one guy said he needed honey, so I've loaded up the truck and heading out to the Ford dealership. That's a little bit away from me. It's a little bit of a drive. And now I can take credit cards from my phone, so people that maybe wouldn't have bought it in the past because they didn't have cash on them or whatever wanted, I'm gonna flip my camera around. Underneath that, I've got pints. I've got 3 pounds. I've got every hot honey, every creamed honey I've got a sample of it. About 4 jars of each, right? And a bunch of taster spoons. So we're gonna go to the Ford dealership and pimp some honey today. I only do, I bought my vehicles there, so I'm there every so often anyway, but I haven't been there in about, I don't know, 6-8 months maybe. So now, if they want honey, I got everything. I can sell big jars, little jars, creamed honey, hot honey. Gonna let them taste it. They can get their full-on thing going. So, normally I'll sell $80, $100 worth of honey when I go there with just jars of honey, right? That just happen to be in the truck. So today we're going to make a concerted effort, and I need to check and make sure that honey doesn't leak because it's samples and they're open. And today it's going to be more like a pop-up shop where I just show up there. Hey, got honey. Got strawberry honey. Have you ever tried strawberry honey? Nope. Try this honey. Boom. Let them try a few things. And even if they don't buy it today, maybe they like it and they're like, you know what, I'm going to get some of that, or I'm going to get some next time, or something. Try and just build a market. But this, if you've ever been in a car dealership, which most of you probably have, you know that salespeople change all the time. Managers change, but the majority of these guys have been there years and years, so they're not new. Every time I go back, people buy stuff from me. Hell, one guy better buy something from me because I bought 2 cars from him. But at any rate, sometimes it's just getting outside of your comfort zone. I don't like doing deliveries, but I had nothing else really going. The weather's kind of not best today, so I figured I'd get out there. Also, someone commented about my labels and the legalities of not having like the weight on them. All of that's fixed. So all of my new bottles have the weight on them and how to get me. Except maybe some of the creamed honeys maybe don't, because they were in the refrigerator, and when you take them out, they sweat, and then the labels are hard. So usually when I take them out to my truck, while I'm sitting there waiting on customers and the condensation is there, I'll dry the bottles off and then put a label on them. But let me see if I can grab one real quick. There you go, 1 pound. And on the front, on the back, it's got my contact information and the nutrition. So all of that is good to go. So man, I made a Ford payment this morning. I wish I had a nonprofit I could grab a truck from, but I don't. And if you got anything bigger than a F-150, not that the F-150 payments are cheap nowadays, but I mean, I'm paying just under $1,000 a month for my pickup truck. I like the payments on the F-150 better, so we're gonna try to do this, man. We're gonna try to sell some honey. And because I have a relationship with them and worked there in the past, they know me. It's not like I'm coming in and soliciting random, just walking in off the street. Hey, I got honey. One of their guys actually asked me for honey. So I'm going there for him. But I always sell about $100 worth of honey there. I got, well, I printed these up, and I still have a ton of labels that I can print on my printer. After that, I'm just probably going to order them as well, because hopefully by the time I run out of the labels that I've got, I've made any corrections and changes that I want, and I can just put the artwork up, right, and size it to fit the jar, and boom, Bob's your uncle, as Brad says. So, and all I was going to do is sit around the house probably anyway, so I got honey jarred up, and the new bottle. I did some, well, I can't get to it because it's under, but the 3-pound bottles have the grams and pounds on it, and how to get in contact with me, and what it is and all that. So I never disseminate what my honey is. It's just wildflower, because you guys see where I live. I don't have, like, if I had a crop of canola that was right there, I could probably say it's canola honey, but without getting it tested, I don't know if it's got what it's got in it other than privet and ragweed right now. So just getting that done, right? That's what we're doing. So it's not my favorite thing to go delivering, because I end up spending a lot of time just talking to people, which is fine because they're my friends, because I worked there before. And who knows, maybe that's the conversation I have. Hey, what can I do? Maybe I can come back over here. I don't want to be in sales, man. I'm tired of tap dancing for dinner. Else, right? You always make the least amount of money when you work for somebody else in sales. You might make good money, but the work you have to do to get that money, and then it's not so much that, is that if you have a great month, they expect you to have a great month next month, and a great month the next month. And if you sold 10 cars this month, they want you to sell 12 cars next month. If you sold 12 cars, they want you to sell 15. They're just always pushing you. And then it's like, well, you didn't hit your goal. Well, my goal keeps changing every month. So it's just a tap dance for dinner. Oh, and I gotta say thank you. If any of you guys know Rhonda Lundy, thank her for me. She went into her local beekeeping supply store and asked about Appy tablets and asked about my swarm lure. And when they didn't have it, she gave my information. So now there's a new Appy tablet and swarm lure dealer down in near Tallahassee, or it might be in Tallahassee. It's Granny Cat's Bee Supplies and Bee Learning Center or something like that. But yeah, so picked up a new customer thanks to Rhonda Lundy. She facilitated that, and I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's this is that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to make this work, guys, but to be honest with you right now, with what I have going, it'll be hard pressed for me to make it the full year on what I'm bringing in from swarm lure and from honey sales. So I have to either make a ton more honey and figure out how to get in some sales, in some stores or something, or I have to, you see all this honey here. Hell, if I had a display in a store, I could have several SKUs in there. I've been thinking about that as well, buying some honey to do it with. But, then here's the deal with that. So if you don't have the markets and stuff that you have to facilitate, I only have people coming to my house mainly, right? So it becomes a thing where now it's kind of like Apis and all the other products, right? You pay the money and that sits on your shelf till people buy it. So may or may not ever sell it, and then your money's tied up in the shelf. So that's kind of a concern for me at the moment. But honey is pretty much, it will sell, just when. I've got, let me see, like Honey Rustler. I've already made and bottled some of that up, but nobody's buying it yet, so it's just sitting there. Some of these stores that like the new store that I just set up, I also send them samples of like the bullets and, of the Honey Rustler. So maybe they didn't order it today, but maybe they order it next time. So we'll see. It's getting close to honey harvest season, so I figured people would be possibly starting to buy some of that. But I don't have it on Amazon. It's only on my website. So it is what it is. But I just want to let you guys know, what's going on. That I'm heading out to the Ford dealership with a bunch of honey to pip out to the salespeople and to the ladies in the office and sales managers and whatnot. I usually do decent out there for a trip out there. And hey, I want to apologize to you guys for not having a live stream on Tuesday night. If you don't know, I know it's sometimes probably hard to see with my personality on the screen, but I do battle depression, and I've kind of been going through some of that, and honestly just didn't feel up to doing a live stream Tuesday night and decided to take the night off. And I apologize that, you guys had to sit through a night of silence. Switch hands here. And, but it is what it is. I do a pretty good job dealing with it, but sometimes it's, and that, DC, in all honesty, that could be why I take a nap, a lot of times, or just that I'm getting older. Who knows at this point, but just full transparency, I try to keep it real with everybody. And, just, if you notice, my labels have my guy on it, right? Robbie, the cowboy there. And, I'm trying to switch my brand up a little bit, and with the yellow labels, make them stand out a little bit more, and just something different. Does it make a difference if they're coming to my house? Probably not that much, but if it ever gets on a shelf and people have bought it at my house, then maybe they'll say, oh, I've bought that honey before. Let's get that honey. I know that guy, so that's what we're striving for. That's what we're working on. Anyway, guys, I didn't want to take your whole day up so you guys could watch me drive, but I just wanted to touch base and let everybody know what's going on. And, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for the continued support. Rhonda, gosh, thanks for going above and beyond and getting me in a local store. So now she can go locally and pick up, her Happy tablets and her Swarm Rustler. She doesn't have to order online. She can just pick it up right there. So at any rate, I hope you guys have a great day. And tonight is what? Friday night? I don't know if there's any lives going tonight, but Charlie. Jeez, I almost forgot. 8 o'clock, Charlie's stream tonight. So we'll see you there for sure. And hopefully tomorrow the weather clears up enough to where I can make these 25 splits I have to make. And so when Jose's Queens come, they'll be ready to go. Also, you might have a sighting on a live stream here soon. My grandbaby's coming, so he'll be here around the 20th or so. So if he's not too fussy, maybe he gets on the stream with me. And we'll talk to you guys again soon. So y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.